Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins' Sunday afternoon showdown against the New England Patriots ended in heartbreak, with a final score of 33-27, leaving fans frustrated and searching for answers. This wasn't just another close loss on the schedule. It was a microcosm of the late-game issues that have been plaguing Miami, and both quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and head coach Mike McDaniel didn't shy away from calling out what went wrong. From the opening whistle, it was clear that the Dolphins were fighting an uphill battle. Falling behind 12-0 early in the game, the team had moments of brilliance that hinted at potential, but ultimately, those flashes were not enough to overcome the inconsistencies that defined their performance. As the game wore on, Miami found its rhythm offensively and defensively, but when it mattered most, late in the fourth quarter, the errors crept back in, sealing their fate and leaving fans questioning the team's readiness in high-pressure moments. The climax of the game unfolded in the final two possessions, a stretch that would encapsulate the frustrations of both players and coaches alike. On the penultimate drive, Tagovailoa attempted a crucial fourth-down play, looking to make a decisive move and give his team a chance to seize the lead, but the pass went awry, intercepted by the Patriots and effectively swinging momentum completely in New England's favor. Then, on what could have been Miami's final push, the Dolphins were sacked on a key play, a turnover on downs that extinguished their last hope for a comeback. It was a bitter ending, the kind that prompts fans to reflect not just on a single game, but on recurring patterns of late-game mismanagement that have haunted the Dolphins' offense. For Tagovailoa, the frustration was tangible, and his post-game comments painted a picture of a quarterback wrestling with both his own execution and the broader communication breakdowns within the team. "I think the whole operation was not up to standard," Tagovailoa told reporters, according to the Miami Herald. His words resonated beyond the stats and box scores. They spoke to a deeper frustration with the cohesion of the offense under pressure. "We have until the 15-second mark until it cuts off with communication with Mike McDaniel. Frustrated with guys with communication inside the huddle. Do we have too many guys in? The whole operation was not up to standard, not up to par. The pre-snap communication, the timing, that is where the alert is. Trying to find the urgency back for our team." These comments highlighted not just a misfired pass or a missed assignment, but a structural issue in how the team communicates and executes in critical moments. Tagovailoa further contextualized his interception, emphasizing that it came in a moment where he was trying to create an opportunity to make a play that could swing the game. Similarly, the sack that ended the Dolphins' final drive was a consequence of attempting to maneuver within the pocket under extreme pressure, a testament to the razor-thin margin between success and failure in late-game situations. Meanwhile, the frustration extended beyond the players to the coaching staff, with head coach Mike McDaniel openly acknowledging that Miami's execution in critical moments was not up to par. The pressure on McDaniel and general manager Chris Grier had been mounting, and fans did not hold back, even going so far as to fly a banner over the stadium calling for their removal. The optics of this level of fan discontent only intensified the scrutiny on a team already grappling with inconsistent performances. McDaniel, however, took a measured approach, owning responsibility while also emphasizing the need for structural improvements. "I'm very frustrated," he admitted. "There's coaches and players that did not execute communication with the game on the line. Our communication and substitution were not up to par. But ultimately, I hold responsibility for all things. I will make sure that things that should be ironed out will be, so that we won't fall victim to the same thing again." His words suggested a willingness to confront the internal issues head-on, but also reflected the gravity of the mistakes that had been made in high-pressure situations. The Dolphins' struggles weren't just limited to execution. They were also a matter of timing and consistency across all phases of the game. McDaniel stressed the importance of eliminating avoidable mistakes and improving situational awareness. "We have to tighten up our football entirely. We can't wait until the second half to get a stop. We can't have a monumental special teams play negated by a monumental special teams play. Guys are very frustrated. Like I told the team, it makes me even more venomous for the way the team responded to a start we didn't want again." The statement underscored a larger narrative for Miami. The season's trajectory is still in flux, and the team must learn from these mistakes or risk continuing a pattern of near misses. Late-game execution, communication in the huddle, and the ability to adapt under pressure are no longer abstract concepts. They are the deciding factors between victory and heartbreak in the NFL, and Miami has made it clear that these areas require immediate attention. Despite the sting of Sunday's loss, there remains a path forward, one that demands resilience and strategic adjustments. The Dolphins have the opportunity to reset their narrative in a crucial upcoming matchup against AFC East rival, the Buffalo Bills, on Thursday night. That game represents not just a chance to claim their first win of the season, but also an opportunity to demonstrate that lessons from the Patriots' loss have been internalized. For fans, it's a moment of cautious optimism, a chance to see whether the team can translate potential into performance when it matters most. For Tagovailoa and McDaniel, it's a moment to prove that the frustrations expressed after Sunday's defeat are not merely venting, but a roadmap for correction and improvement. Tua Tagovailoa's candid reflections and Mike McDaniel's ownership of coaching missteps offer a window into the pressure cooker environment of NFL football, where every miscommunication, missed assignment, and errant throw can define a team's season. Their willingness to publicly address these issues, while painful in the immediate aftermath of a loss, may also serve as a foundation for growth. It highlights a culture in transition, one striving for accountability, urgency, and refinement in execution. The Dolphins' ability to respond in the coming weeks will not only shape their record but also determine the narrative surrounding the team's resilience, leadership, and capacity to thrive under adversity. The game against the Patriots also serves as a microcosm of the challenges faced by Miami this season. Falling behind early, battling to catch up, and ultimately succumbing to late-game mistakes reflects a recurring pattern that demands attention. It's a reminder that talent and effort alone are not sufficient in the NFL. Timing, communication, and mental toughness under pressure are equally critical. As Tagovailoa and McDaniel have acknowledged, these elements were not consistently present, and the resulting confusion directly contributed to the loss. By addressing these issues head-on, the Dolphins have a chance to recalibrate, ensuring that late-game situations become moments of opportunity rather than points of failure. The Dolphins' journey in the 2025 season will be defined by how effectively they can learn from these moments, applying the lessons from both the victories and setbacks that have come so far. With the Bills' matchup looming, the team faces a tangible test of their resilience and preparation. Fans will be watching closely, analyzing each snap, each play call, and each moment of communication to see whether Miami can finally turn the corner. Tagovailoa's leadership, combined with McDaniel's coaching adjustments, will be central to this process, offering a blueprint for recovery if executed correctly. The hope is that the frustration, while palpable, can be channeled into sharper focus, improved execution, and, ultimately, a more consistent performance on the field. As the Dolphins prepare for their next challenge, the narrative is clear. The mistakes of Sunday are not merely failures to be lamented, but opportunities to grow, adjust, and elevate the team. The interplay between quarterback and coach, the precision of pre-snap communication, and the discipline to execute under pressure are no longer abstract goals. They are the very factors that will determine whether Miami can rise above its early season struggles. For Tua Tagovailoa and Mike McDaniel, the path forward is both a test of character and a chance to reshape the season's storyline. Fans, players, and the entire organization will be watching closely, hoping that lessons learned in the crucible of the Patriots game will translate into tangible results in the weeks ahead. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Miami is making waves, and the rumor mill is buzzing louder than ever. Word on the street is that Kendrick Bourne, the versatile wide receiver who's made his mark in the NFL as a reliable and clutch playmaker, is officially joining the Dolphins. That's right. The whispers are turning into headlines, and Miami's offense might be on the brink of a significant transformation. If you've been following the Dolphins closely, you already know they've been searching for that X factor, the kind of receiver who can open up the field, take the pressure off Tua Tagovailoa, and give the defense something real to worry about. Kendrick Bourne, often flying under the radar but quietly productive, could be exactly that missing piece. It's not just about the stats, It's about the timing, the chemistry, and the way he can stretch defenses. And sources close to the Dolphins' locker room suggest that this signing isn't just a depth move, it's a statement. The team is signaling to the league that they're serious about competing at the highest level and that they're ready to make noise in the AFC. Bourne's reputation precedes him. He's the kind of player who might not always light up the stat sheet in every game, but shows up when it matters most. Clutch catches, third down conversions, and that knack for finding soft spots in the coverage. These are the intangible qualities that Miami is reportedly counting on. Rumors of Bourne's move to Miami have been circulating for weeks, and insiders say the discussions were quietly intense. Sources hint that both parties were meticulous, weighing fit, role, and potential impact. The Dolphins, with their young quarterback eager for weapons, reportedly viewed Bourne as someone who can slot into that WR3 position and immediately create mismatches across the field. The idea is that while Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle command attention on the outside, Bourne could become the safety valve, the reliable target who thrives in the middle of the field, making crucial plays in high-pressure moments. And that's exactly what Tua needs, a consistent, savvy route runner who can read defenses, adjust on the fly, and make plays that keep drives alive. Those who have followed Bourne's career know he has a unique ability to find gaps in coverage, to anticipate the quarterback's timing, and to bring down catches in tight spaces, all while maintaining focus and composure. This could be the kind of player who turns ordinary drives into scoring opportunities, the type of WR3 that doesn't just supplement an offense, but unlocks it. The buzz doesn't stop there. Industry insiders are also speculating that this signing could send ripple effects throughout the Dolphins' offensive strategy. With Bourne in the mix, play calling could become more dynamic, more unpredictable. Defensive coordinators are going to have to account for yet another polished receiver who can move the chains in critical moments. Imagine a scenario where Miami is lining up with Hill on one side, Waddle on the other, and Bourne sneaking through the slot or drifting across the formation. It's a nightmare for opposing secondaries. It's the kind of scenario where the Dolphins can keep defenses guessing, mixing deep threats with reliable chain movers, and suddenly, Tua has the kind of arsenal that allows him to exploit mismatches week after week. And the timing couldn't be better. As Miami looks to shake off the inconsistencies of previous seasons, this signing, if the rumors hold true, could mark a turning point. A subtle but significant upgrade that signals intent, ambition, and the desire to dominate the AFC East. Fans have already started speculating on social media, and the chatter is electric. Some are calling Bourne underrated, a hidden gem whose potential impact is often overlooked by casual observers. Others point to his knack for stepping up in big games, clutching passes when the margin for error is razor-thin. If the Dolphins have indeed secured him, the message is clear. They're not just content with having big names. They're looking for smart, versatile players who can complement their star power and elevate the entire unit. The rumor has also sparked debates about depth and rotation. With Bourne slotting in as WR3, Miami's offensive schematics could see a significant boost in versatility, giving Tagovailoa options on every snap. And it's not just the passing game that stands to benefit. With defenses now forced to respect multiple threats, running lanes could open up, play-action passes could become more lethal, and the Dolphins could suddenly be operating with a level of unpredictability that keeps opponents on their heels from snap to snap. The ripple effect of one smart signing could transform the entire offense, and Bourne seems to be the kind of professional capable of catalyzing that change. Whispers around the league suggest that this move, while subtle on the surface, is part of a broader trend in Miami's approach. The front office is reportedly focusing on players who can seamlessly integrate into a high-paced, high-efficiency offense without requiring massive adjustments. Bourne fits that mold perfectly. No ego, professional, disciplined, and capable of performing under pressure. Sources hint that the locker room is already buzzing with speculation about how quickly he can adapt to the Dolphins system, and early indicators suggest that both teammates and coaches are optimistic. There's talk of intensive training sessions, strategic walkthroughs, and film study, all geared toward ensuring that Bourne is ready to make an immediate impact. Rumors also indicate that his leadership and work ethic could resonate well with younger players, setting an example both on and off the field. If this pans out, Bourne's presence could enhance not just the passing game, but the overall culture of preparation and accountability in Miami's offensive unit. Of course, nothing is ever truly confirmed until the ink is dry and the league office gives the green light. But the buzz is unmistakable. Commentators, analysts, and insiders are all pointing to Bourne as a potential X-factor for the Dolphins season. Imagine him running crisp routes, finding those soft spots in zone coverage, and providing Tua with the kind of consistent target that makes defenses sweat. The speculation alone has been enough to send fantasy owners scrambling, with mock drafts already adjusting to account for the potential offensive boost. And the narrative seems almost too perfect. A rising team, a young quarterback hungry for success, and a versatile receiver who could very well be the spark Miami has been missing. It's a storyline that combines strategy, talent, and a touch of mystery. The kind of rumor that keeps fans glued to every report, every practice update, and every game week lineup announcement. As the Dolphins prepare for the next season, the Kendrick Bourne buzz is only going to grow louder. Every catch in practice, every preseason appearance, and every hint from the coaching staff could feed the narrative that this signing isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a turning point. The rumor has all the ingredients of a story that could define Miami's offensive identity for the year: speed, reliability, and the kind of savvy playmaking that turns average drives into game-changing moments. Whether he emerges as a statistical juggernaut or the quiet hero in clutch situations, Bourne's potential impact is undeniable in the rumor mills and conversations already echoing through Dolphins circles. For a fan base starved for consistent playoff contention, the possibility of Bourne helping unlock a dominant offense is enough to ignite hope, debate, and excitement in equal measure. The Miami Dolphins might just be on the verge of a new era, and if the whispers are correct, Kendrick Bourne could be the key that turns potential into performance. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.